Perhaps the standout occasion of the weekend in the Barclays FA WSL, as Manchester United look to maintain an unbeaten start to the season against the might of Arsenal, who have won all 5 of their games so far and looking stupendous in search of regaining their WSL crown. Taken off them by Chelsea last season, Joe Montemurro's Gunners have continually sent out fierce messages to the rest of their challengers so far, with emphatic victories along the way. 29 goals scored already, with records being set too by a certain Dutch striker. And according to Casey Stoney, this will be United's biggest test so far. They have taken points of Chelsea here already on the opening weekend. Since then, they've won all of their league games, with their World Cup winning stars from across the pond starting to have a real influence. Arsenal out first, of course, in these different times, staggered entrances, and here come United. Casey Stoney has rung the changes, but in terms of personnel, the strength in depth is there for all to see. And what a moment it could be for Manchester United if they win today. They'll go back to the top of the WSL. So the teams are out, and before we start on this Remembrance Sunday, we will all come together to remember and to never forget the fallen who have lost their lives to save ours. Joe Montemurro and Casey Stoney bringing out wreaths of poppies and a moment of silence as we all will remember that. So, a moment, a period of silence, wonderfully observed by all. Well, let's have a look at the team sheet then. Such is their strength in depth. Casey Stoney has made 4 changes from the one that started against West Ham in their last league game, with McManus, Ukvist, Ellum, and notably Alessia Russo. Our Russo picked up a hamstring injury this week, does require surgery. So Bayer returns from a period out with injury. Kirsty Hansen, Hayley Ladd, and Kristen Press coming in. Press and Heath both off the mark with goals last time out against West Ham. For Arsenal, a couple of changes from midweek in the Cup. Manuela Zinsberger returning after Fran Stenson made her debut. And Beth Mead is back also in attack alongside Viviane Miedema, who scored 4 on Wednesday. Of course she did. 7 appearances and 14 goals already this season. A record breaker, remember, against Spurs in their last league game as the all-time top WSL scorer. There's also another opportunity for Lotte Wibben-Moy, who gets another chance today. In from the start, her first in the WSL for Arsenal. And Leah Volti captaining too. Arsenal do have the likes of Rood and Little and Meyer on the bench as they return from injury. All smiles for Kristen Press, who came off the bench in Dagenham to score alongside her fellow American in Tobin Heath in a 4-2 victory in United's last league outing. Players, officials, everyone to take the knee before kick-off. A simple message: racism, discrimination, incentive. This is Hayley Ladd. Back for Amy Turner with the armband alongside Millie Turner. And Leah Galton at left back, with Tobin Heath having switched sides with Kirsty Hansen in the side today for United. So she'll be starting out on the left. And Tobin Heath in possession here. Galton. But a quieter LSV. Casey Stoney, who enjoyed great success with the Gunners as a player and skipper. She left the club just as Joe Montemurro arrived. The two coaches with the highest respect for one another. But going off the form of both, this should be fascinating today. Alatoon winning it back for Galton. He continues to move forward. But boy, with the clearance only as far as Jackie Gronin. Leah Galton again, who can provide quality. And that was seen for Alessia Russo's goal, one of her 2 against West Ham before the international break. Press, bright start this from United, that's Toon. And for Gronin, and Hayley Ladd will just marshal and allow Gronin the opportunity just to advance a little further forward. Here's Toon, in towards Press. And Casey Stoney will be delighted with how United have started here. Being on the front foot and asking some early questions of this Arsenal defence. An Arsenal defence in the league that has only been breached 4 times. United have been going good as well. They've only let in 5 so far in the WSL this season. Notably that Chelsea were winners earlier today against Everton. Here's Ladd to thread it towards Gronin. Arsenal can advance here. Calmed down by Leah Volti. And the armband today, the fact that she's the Swiss national team captain. Lani goes looking for Miedema, who's not touched the ball yet. But that's one thing that Casey Stoney has said in her build-up message, really, into this game. They have to be aware of her from the very get-go, because she's a player who can simply not be involved for 50, 60 minutes, and then all of a sudden she's got a hat-trick behind her. It's Mary Earps, who performed heroically when Arsenal visited here at the start of last season. Arsenal winning it by a 1-0 in the end. Daniela van der Donk scoring with just a minute to go in normal time. It's Katie McCabe. The press from Hansen. And Zinsberger laces through. She started every game at the WSL. Manuela Zinsberger, the same as Mary Earps, who along with Millie Turner have played every minute for United in the league. Bayer looking for Toon. And the weight of the pass is good for Hansen. He finds the cross very nearly on the head of Kristen Press. Free kick given away by Jackie Cronin. It's where United are going to be dangerous from those wide areas. Something that Joe Montemuro has outlined at the build-up to this one. Exactly 3 years ago yesterday, he came in to the role as Arsenal manager. And it's not been a bad tenure, has it? Amy Turner. Bayer for Lads, and Bayer getting in the thick of it again. Now Miedema. Granada Golden. Touch just let her down in the end. Vivian Miedema. Just goes about her business, doesn't she? As if she hasn't got a care in the world. With Ella White scoring yesterday to take her tally to 50 in the WSL. She is hunting her down in terms of becoming the top scorer in the league's history, short history. Seized upon by Leah Williamson. And one to chase now for Caitlin Ford. And Abaya, good to see her back after her injury layoff. Came from Levante in the summer, although through the Barcelona La Masia ranks. Made a debut against Chelsea. And didn't feature again until now since their success against Birmingham with injury. Here's Van der Donk. Ruben Moy. Anywhere will do from Millie Turner. In the England squad recently. Of course, wasn't able to get herself a first cap. She's at the fact that the England game against Germany was called off due to the current pandemic. Many of these players were away representing their countries on international duty. Arsenal playing in midweek in the Conti Cup and winning convincingly against the London City Lionesses. United haven't played for 21 days, by the way, since their victory over West Ham, because their game against Everton was postponed at very short notice. Just some structural work at Walton Hall Park seemingly couldn't be fixed in time. Let's just say Casey Stoney wasn't particularly happy at the late call-off. McCabe can't keep that in. She's been with Arsenal since 2015. arriving from Shelbourne in the Republic of Ireland. Could have had the chance to play in Manchester with City, although she turned that chance down. Not with Chelsea too. Amy Turner. Not been the use of a hand. She is tough tackling, no nonsense, Amy Turner. It'll be a physical battle you'd expect with Miedema. She's just floated back out to the right side to now Beth Mead to play the forward 9 role. It's been given away straight to Miedema. Here she comes. Touch from forward didn't come off. As it stands, it's currently a battle of the top 2 in the WSL here this afternoon. Along with Chelsea, these two have not suffered defeat yet. Chelsea inflicting the first defeat of the season on Everton. Chelsea having played a game less, of course. Quickly by Vaulting. Now Mead. Miedema wants to get in the centre. It's well cut out by Onabaya. Here's McCabe. She stuck across that okay. Colton only as far as Mead, and then Cronin throws herself in the way of it too. Sent back again by Williamson, whose long passes are usually pinpoint out of defence. Van der Donk. Linking up with Miedema for Mead. Getting forward in the centre. Oh, it's beyond her. It's beyond Amy Turner too. Kept in by McCabe. Could spell this for Arsenal. United needing to be on their toes defensively. Galton's header, some real purchase on that, and now Kristen Press holds it up well, but out of the reach of Kirsty Hansen. First time, really, we've seen Arsenal just develop some pressure on this United defence. Miedema. Now Volti. Williamson. There she goes again. And on the money for Katie McCabe. Strong from Turner. That's that no-nonsense style of hers. She's told she wasn't good enough at one point in her days with Doncaster. So much so that Amy Turner believed that she nearly gave up the game. She is up against what many would say is a true GOAT. That is Vivianne Miedema. New record ahead of Nikita Paris. His record stood on 59. She's on 52 now for that hat-trick against Spurs. Corner is floated in. Millie Turner's there first. Sent back in by Volti. And then Hayley Ladd. Cronin. Hansen. United just struggling to get a hold of the ball at the moment. And what Arsenal is so good at is keeping hold of the ball. A rather slow start. They've just started to develop a little bit more intensity in the final third. Joe Montemuro's side. Described it as the biggest test so far, Casey Stoney. It's for her United team. It's Hansen. Can't link up with anybody else in red. This has got to be cleared, otherwise it would have gone out for the corner. In the nick of time, Leah Williamson was there. Leader-like qualities. Leah Williamson, without having the armband. On the buyer. Get away from Mead. Should be an Arsenal ball, and it is. She does have the number 9 on her back, but she is more of a winger, Beth Mead. Really, since her move to Arsenal, which came in 2017. On the line from McCabe. It's an extraordinary battle between Amy Turner and Miedemar already, isn't it? Press. Took a goal so well against West Ham, as did Tobin Heath. As a striker, important to get your first goal. And weight off your shoulders. Hansen, away from McCabe. Hansen's delivery. Malin good. It's in the right place to clear it. Toon for Bayer. Out of the reach of Hansen, can't find press. And here come Arsenal, bringing it away through Leah Williamson. Hayley Ladd breathing down her neck. Sparking Arsenal into life. Williamson, here she is again. Ruben Boy with the cross. That's certainly a game so far that you can't take your eyes off. It is pretty open out there. Strong from Hansen as Arsenal get another corner. Bristol City, the last team to come here, by the way, and win here at LSV. Bows back on the 5th of January. Also the last team to stop United scoring here at LSV. So the true Greater Manchester weather has arrived. Goodness me, it is absolutely pouring down. Here's press for Jackie Cronin. Switch in search of Tobin Heath. Amy Turner. She caught, she was. And United get the free kick. Peter Shacklady is our referee today, by the way. He's a primary school teacher by trade. Arsenal finished 3rd last season when the season was cut short. They were beaten by Chelsea home and away last campaign. Manchester City beaten them too. So it does mean it's a season without any European football for Arsenal this campaign. Get to the latter stages of the Champions League. They did play Paris just before the domestic season started for this one. Peter Shakadi's not totally happy with something. It may be just where Tobin Heath is trying to take this free kick from. And he comes. Away by Miedema. Bayer. Target, I think, is Groningen. Too close to Williamson. Van der Donk. Lee Williamson clears. Millie Turner sending it back. Manuela Zinsberger will see it out of play. Brought in from Bayern for last season, Manuela Zinsberger. She's Austrian. Couple of Frauen Bundesliga titles behind her with Bayern. She was at the club at the same period Leah Galton was there. Her success at Bayern certainly different to the experience that Leah Galton had in her time in Germany. Groningen on a Bayer. And a fair few new recruits for United in the summer. It's just added to the depth. The squad available to Casey Stoney. Millie Turner from Mary Earps. Coolly done. And Amy Turner. That's very coolly done from United, in fact. Press. Williamson for Malin Goods. The Swiss has said that Leah Volti played a big role in her moving to the club. Alongside her fellow Swiss in the midfield for Arsenal. It's Mead. Might have come off her arm. It's a bit of a delay to her being able to get her first appearance under her belt. She had to spend time self-isolating, quarantine. She says able to emotionally prepare, get used to England. But to sleep well, even the English food to get used to. United looking for a 5th straight league win. To go back to March 2019 to May 2019 in the Championship when they won 6 in a row, the last time they were able to achieve such a feat. They're up for the fight, all right. Groningen leading the way, putting the pressure on Malin Goods. McCabe won't find Miedema. Quickly on by Ella Toon. It's also been rewarded for a fine start to this season with an England call-up. It's a first official England call-up for the Germany game. Here's Heath up against Williamson. Tobin Heath for press. Oh, such an important block. Groningen's won it back superbly well. Kristen Press. Keep things moving for United here. Hansen, no way through. Hayley Ladd comes to nothing in the end. But once more, it's coming down that left side, isn't it? And certainly from Tobin Heath and Kristen Press, who are causing Arsenal the problems. That's a really, really good block. McCabe. Caitlin Ford. She's got 4 goals, 5 assists so far in the WSL. It's not been a bad return so far. teammates of Tobin Heath and their time at Portland Thorns. She arrived in January, start of the Australian clan, if you like, making their way to the WSL with Sam Kerr. Wasn't able to get that many games under her belt due to the league being cut short due to the pandemic. Here's Ladd, it's Raggett from Arsenal. Now press. Looking for Jackie Cronin. Oh! Header back from Schneiderbeck. In the end, no problems for Arsenal. Another two have had a successful time of it at Bayern. They are offering more, United, than what they did when they played here against Arsenal the start of last season. Missy Stoney, although disappointed not to have come away with something out of that game, fairly honest in the fact that she believed that they didn't attack Arsenal enough. Space for Van der Donk. Again harassed in the midfield, United have it back. Jackie Cronin for press. Tobin Heath in the centre. Press, she's dug out a cross as well. And the ball has gone out of play. Such has been the impact of Kristen Press and Tobin Heath at Manchester United. Shirts of theirs outselling every United men's player in the first 3 days of their release. That's some going ahead of the likes of Pogba and Fernandes and Rashford. Terrific stuff. Here's Ella Toon. Heath on the stretch, on the slide, on this greasy wet surface now here at LSV. Hayley Ladd, and that awareness, that composure that she brings. Such an influence last season. At her first, she's trying to do here, Tobin Heath, is just fire that in with pace. That maybe someone will get a touch to see it towards goal, whether it be off a red shirt or a white shirt. Hansen, United just looking so much sharper. Here's Onabaya. Can't find Cronin. The referee's going to have to stop this. Well, this is just an innocent collision more than anything on Leah Volti, but she has felt the full force of that. I think Jackie Cronin had been able to have put the brakes on in time. She only played in half of their last title-winning season, Leah Volti, due to a knee injury. Onabaya, that's good from her. Hansen, that'll be a free kick, surely. City by Katie McCabe. McCabe's been in good nick and getting in the goals as well. Scoring a free kick in the North London derby. Half an hour in. All the flags behind that goal United are attacking. Put there by the Barmy Army. They'd be making a racket all right if they were here today. In from Heath. It's disappointing. Again, you can see the intensity of United. That high press. The spaces that are appearing in the midfield too. Let's just go Joe Montemurro off his seat. Here's Galton. Provides the cross, Williamson in the way. Strong from Lads, and that's Elatoon. And the referee saw nothing wrong with that challenge. Daniela Vanterdonk. Absolutely clattered here, but fairly according to our official. On the turn, but won there by Hayley Ladd and Elatoon. That's a good chance. That is a very good chance for Elatoon. He's got a couple of goals to a name so far this season in the WSL. Goals against Birmingham and against Brighton this season. Against Brighton, it was from the spot. Arsenal, the only WSL side with a 100% record this season. To think that they scored 29 goals from those 5 straight wins. Galton and Vanterdonk. Galton got there first. The free kick goes United's way. Look to get the likes of Galton and Baye involved, as we've seen already, a lot further up the pitch. Also, Ukvist started against West Ham United at left back. It allowed Galton to really play at her own destructive, as a destructive self, really. The quality in terms of providing from out wide, so dangerous one-on-one situations, something that Joe Montemurro is fully aware of. There is Bayer for Elatoon. Slid to the path of Hansen. So underneath this, McCabe, and then just nutted back by Good. Ladd for Toon, clever turn from Elatoon. Here is Onabaya over the top for Hansen. She get there first, she can. Tightening up Leah Williamson. And now forward with grass to run into. And for Miedemar to chase down. Up against Amy Turner. And Turner stands firm. It will be a corner. Can't look about her, as she Vivian Miedemar, that whether she goes around the park seemingly without a care in the world, but she is quick as well. So getting in behind this United defence, it's where they've got to be, on their toes as well. She's got a wonderful solo goal, one of her 4 goals she scored in the Cup in midweek. Here comes from Mead. It's away by press. Balti. Hounded by Toon. Williamson. Cronin to get a block in, as she has done. It's a top block. She'll have felt that. It's a cold, wet afternoon here in Lee. Mead. It's well done by Leah Galton. Just about finding Hayley Ladd. Casey Stoney takes her place back on top of the drinks box. Sort of Marcella Bielsa-like, isn't it? A success at a time with Arsenal. League Cup, FA Cup winner. She believes that her side are ahead of where she thought they might be. Last year, of course, United finished 4th. And such is the winner inside her. But they have to set their targets higher this season, Manchester United. Amy Turner. And for Amy Turner now. On the buyer. Ellie Turner for Tobin Heath. For Hayley Ladd. Drifts it out to Kirsty Hansen. For Bayer. Cross is blocked. Oh, the empty clearance from Schneiderbeck back into her own area. Game has just calmed down a little for a frantic period. United having had the best chance of the game so far. Tobin Heath to try and pick a spot. Leah Williamson in the way. Volti. Oh, given away cheaply. And United punish them here. Hansen for Anna Bayer. Preston Heath in the centre. Ella Toon. Van der Donk. I hope of getting a free kick, and eventually the decision comes. Schneiderbeck back to Zinsberger. One Austrian to the other. McCabe and Ford. No foul, says the referee. Cronin for Press. Kristen Press to hang it up. Tobin Heath taking over. Leah Galton drips it in again. That's Van der Donk's header. And Arsenal struggling to get it clear. Kirsty Hansen again. Can't find Bayer. And now Miedema just calms things down. Wide for Mead. It's 10 minutes or so. Majority of this game has been played in Arsenal's half. And full credit to United. They have kept the front three of Arsenal very quiet indeed. They've not allowed Van der Donk to have any sort of say in going forward too. Here is Miedema. And allowed to progress. Miedema. Caitlin Ford. Block from Anna Bayer. They won't go out for the corner. Nice job of her fullback, stop the cross, and that's exactly what she's done. Her style of play fits perfectly with our philosophy. That's what Casey Stoney said about Anna Bayer as she was brought into the club in the summer. There's 2 meetings between these two. Arsenal winning them both. First came in the Conti Cup semi-finals in 2018. And Miedema double Sent Arsenal into the final. Molly Green scoring for Manchester United on that occasion. They are scheduled to meet again in March. We'll see. Hopefully that will be the case. Can have a full season this season. Arsenal coming into this weekend, have we scored at least 13 goals more than any other side? I think of those 29 goals that they have scored. It's more than Reading in 6th, down to Bristol City at the bottom, have scored combined. It's a frightening statistic. But they've not had a lot to go off here at LSV this afternoon. Hansen. Millie to Amy Turner. No relation, by the way. You're wondering. Turner again. Taking no risks. Back for Mary Earps. He's not had that much to do, it has to be said. It's a goalkeeper who believes the next 5 to 6 years United can be one of the best teams in Europe. It's a bold, big statement, the England goalkeeper. Haven't really had a senior playing career, Joe Montemuro. Success in Australia as a coach with Melbourne City and Victory. Took over the ranks from Pedro Martinez Losa, who was Casey Stoney's coach at Arsenal. Spire. Hansen. Looking for press. There's Williamson there first. To it quickly, Hayley Ladd. That's Heath Hutter. Would have been something pretty special to have scored from that sort of distance. There's 168 caps behind her, 2 World Cups, 2 Olympic golds. So she wants so much pressure on her. She will only grow with pressure, Toby and Heath was saying. Jackie Gronin did tumble and doesn't really look at a good way here. Just an innocent stray one from Volti into the face. Couldn't mess with Jackie Gronin. She was once a fine judo athlete. She's a 5-time, or was 5-time Dutch judo champion. Dutch international who proudly wears the number of her idol on the back of her shirt, the number 14, of course, with the great Johan Cruyff. She's a new ambassador of his foundation as well. We have 1 additional minute. Van der Donk for Mead. Miedemar, the only one in the centre really. Amy Turner just gets away from Miedemar. There's had very little to go off so far. Vivian Miedemar. It's an awkward one for Amy Turner. She was losing her balance at the same time. It's Bayam on as far as McCabe. Wide for Van der Donk. And Arsenal finish strongly. Oh, it's Fine challenge, and that will be that for the first 45 minutes. It's been engrossing, it really has, between these two sides. At the top end of the WSL, Vivianne Miedema has barely had a sniff so far. United have kept her very quiet and limiting Arsenal to very little. United have had the best moment of the game where Kristen Press was denied magnificently by Manuela Zinsberger. Well, she must have thought that she scored, but in the driving rain here at Leigh Sports Village, we are still goalless between Manchester United and Arsenal. And at half-time, with a fascinating 45 to come, it's Manchester United 0, Arsenal 0.